Welcome back to another episode of the Knowledge Bomb. I'm Nick Fowler. We're going to start talking about compression, recovery tools for training, recovery tools for competition. So here's the deal with compression, right? Compression is really, really important. And we can talk about why. Now, in general, when we talk about recovering from training sessions or specifically competition, we want to talk about this idea of flushing metabolic waste, okay? And I'm going to talk more about that in the weeks to come. But long story short, after big efforts of exercise, we tend to get a bunch of byproduct, waste product in our system, okay? And our body works really, really hard to get rid of this. And so you can just kind of imagine that, the more waste products we have, the harder your body is gonna work to get rid of this waste product instead of making the adaptations to become faster, fitter, and stronger. So, long story short, compression is your friend. There's a lot of different tools that you can use. What come to mind, one is rollers, right? So there's a million type of foam rollers out there. You can get the knobby ones, you can get the smooth ones, you can even go just buy PVC pipe and cut them into 36-inch lengths and use those. I would even throw in lacrosse balls, and then now they have vibration tools by companies like Hyperfit, things like that I would kind of lump into that. So these are great as a way to cool down. Now I've preached over and over that we don't necessarily want to use these in our warm-up, and the biggest reason for this is that any compression on the system on muscle structure, things like that, is going to stimulate a parasympathetic response, okay? Now, if you think about it, parasympathetic response is something that's going to calm your body, right? And so if we're gonna start calming your body pre-workout, it's going to kind of, contradict what we're trying to do, right? We're trying to stimulate your body into a fight or flight mode, okay? And so when we're doing this, we want that cortisol, we want that adrenaline, we want you to get hyped up, ready for a fight. If we start compressing tissue, we're gonna kind of counteract that. So that's why I say leave all these compression tools for post-workout recovery. Rolling around post-workout is a great social thing to do. It's a great way to start to kind of, flush that top layer, blood flow, things like that. But most importantly, it's going to start putting you into a parasympathetic response, okay? The second set of tools I think about are, like Theraguns, the Hypervolt gun, things like that. That's actual vibration manual therapy. This is a little bit more focused. They even Hypervolt even has this ball that vibrates. It's amazing, a roller that vibrates. And it's just kind of the next step up. Now, is it worth it? I think it is. They're pretty amazing tools for sure. They're easy to use. They feel great. And this is, again, a little bit more specific. So you can think about the rollers. It's a little bit more global. If you have specific areas, that are bugging you or that need attention, go into these, vibrating balls, lacrosse balls, even the Theraguns, things like that. The Hypervolt gun is a great option. Now, one of my most favorite tools when we talk about compression are compression pants, right? And sleeves and things like that. And honestly, Normatec, I've been using for years. They're fantastic. They've come a long, long ways. And basically, this is even taking it a step further where there's actually physical compression and relaxation on the system to kind of generate blood flow to get that metabolic waste out. And so when we're talking about being able to recover from training sessions, especially in competitions, if you can throw a pair of pants on, Normatec compression pants or sleeves, whatever it may be, they even make hip versions for that as well. That's going to aid you in the ability to recover. Now, short term, it's fantastic. Long term, it's just going to allow you to get more out of your training. It's going to allow you to get more, just more hours in training, more adaptations, and that's essentially what we're going after, right? Like I started with, our training is only as good as we're able to recover. So using these recovery tools, using compression to your advantage is going to allow you to train more, get more out of your training. And then on top of all that, when it comes to competition, there are seconds and points that separate leaders from not. And so if you can use and take advantage of every tool at your disposal, that might just be the little bit that you need to, get on the podium, to qualify, to, put your best foot forward. So check these things out. These tools are fantastic. And if you've got questions, go ahead and drop them down below in the comments section. Be happy to answer them.